다음 소식입니다. 우크라이나를 침공한 러시아가 곧 여러 문제에 봉착할 것이라는 예측이 나오고 있습니다. 한편에선 우크라이나 크리스천들이 그들의 조국뿐만 아니라 러시아가 예수님 앞에 돌아오길 바라며 기도하고 있습니다. 우크라이나 현지에서 취재 중인 기자가 자세한 소식 전해드립니다. 최근 우크라이나 대통령실의 올렉시 아레스토비치 고문이 5월 안에 전쟁이 끝날 것이라고 밝히면서 이와 관련한 다양한 관측이 나오고 있습니다.
Well, if you were to listen to Alexei Arestovich, who is the senior advisor to Ukraine's President Zelensky, he predicted that the war would, in essence, when they come to an end by May, early May is what he's saying. He didn't give a very specific date, but he said by early May we could see the end of major operations. Why? Because look, if you were to look at at least the sort of the low numbers say that Russia has lost about 7,000 soldiers. If you take the Ukrainian estimates, they are saying close to about 13,500, but they're also including the number of dead, the number of wounded, as well as the attrition rates, and those who basically have just walked away from their tanks and from their machinery and equipment. So the Russian army is hemorrhaging, and that's why you see Vladimir Putin asking the Chinese for help. He's asking for the Syrians for help. He's asking for the Chechens for help. That should tell you clearly that they are in big trouble. And so when Arestovich says that by early May they're going to end all major operations, it's a sense that, the Russians are going to run out of, they're going to have a supply chain issue, they're going to have a troop issue, they're going to have a morale issue. All of these things are going to be the problem.
이와 같은 주장은 우크라이나의 수도 키이우를 빠른 시일 내에 점령하겠다는 러시아의 계획이 수포로 돌아가면서 신빙성이 커지고 있습니다. 한편 우크라이나 크리스천들은 이 상황이 기도의 응답이자 기적이라고 고백합니다.
Yeah, they see this, Wendy, as a miracle upon miracle, because that's what they've been praying for. From the moment I arrived here, they were just all talking about a miracle, because we're talking about the second world's largest army going after Ukraine. And so they said, we want the spirit of confusion to reign amongst the ranks of the Russians. That's what they were praying for all this time. The church, Grace Church in Kyiv, every 4 hours, praying for confusion to reign in the enemy's camp. And it looks like those prayers have been answered. I mean, really, this is stunning. It's a stunning development that the world's second largest army could not manage to take over the country, take over the capital city of Kyiv. So to the Ukrainian churches, they see this, no doubt, as a miracle.
그러나 우크라이나 크리스천들은 러시아를 적으로만 여기지 않습니다. 그들은 러시아의 영적 돌파가 일어나고 예수 그리스도의 이름이 높아지길 기도합니다.
Absolutely, because they don't see Russians as the enemy, right? They just see this as a spiritual darkness. They see this as a battle between light and darkness. As a well-known Russian writer who, in essence, came to Ukraine and joined the Ukrainian forces, he said this is at the end of the day a battle between good and evil, between light and darkness, and he chose to come and join the Ukrainians because he saw that as light. And this is the reality. So the church looks at it from a spiritual perspective, as that pastor said. He said, if God can do Nineveh, if he can rescue Nineveh, please rescue Russia. And that is the heart of the church here today in Ukraine. They're not praying for and wishing ill of Russia. They want them to bow before the name of Jesus Christ. They want to see a spiritual breakthrough, a spiritual revival come to their neighbor.